Welcome to Modern Musings, conversations with the maiden, mother, and crone, where we look at ourselves and the world through the lens of the 21st century. Hello, I'm your host, Kristen, and I'm here with my co-hosts, Amber and Cindy.
Hello.
Welcome back. I hope you all had a wonderful 4th of July weekend. And we are playing catch up again this week. We've had some really fun episodes where we just kind of like went over like our currently what we're doing.
In fact,
kind
I
of
think
things.
we did one not that long
yeah,
ago.
not too long ago.
But it was more about life
things.
Yeah,
But this one is going to be currently watching, reading, eating, drinking, sleeping, whatever you're doing.
Yes.
Current events of what's keeping you occupied.
Yeah. What is your fascination,
yes.
obsession, whatever?
And I know Amber over there is always watching some new show or reading some new books too.
Yeah.
So looking forward to catching up on what everybody's been doing. I myself have not really been watching much. The beginning of the year, I was listening to Outlander on audiobook. Written in my own heart's blood, and it's currently the most the last season available that's on Netflix, I believe, or maybe that one isn't available on Netflix yet. I don't know. I watch them like one season at a time, and then I was waiting for the next season to come out, and then I decided to listen to the audiobooks.
Yeah,
and
we're waiting for season 8 right now.
Taking me forever. Yeah, so, and I think this is book 7, if I'm not mistaken. And because I was listening to audiobooks, I decided to go and rewatch them again. So this is probably like my 8th time to watch.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because I'll enjoy it. And every time a new season comes out, I rewatch it again. So... there's that. And of course, like the audiobooks are like 40 plus hours, and I only listen to it when I drive, which is hardly ever. And I used to have like a 30-minute drive from my house to my mom's house or to work. And so I got plenty of listening time, like once a week at least. And now I live like 5 minutes away from my mom's house, so it's barely even enough time to turn something on.
Yeah.
So, currently listening to that. My reading has really slowed down. I started reading American Gods by Neil Gaiman back in December. And I've been just like one page at a time. It's one of those books like when I start reading it, I start snoozing. But it's really kicking off. But it's just like
it's slow to get it moving.
It's such a good book.
I know, and it's
one
just
of my most favorite books.
taking me a hot minute to get through it. So I've been just taking my time though. So that's what I'm currently reading, and I just started Wednesday on Netflix.
Oh,
I've only seen one episode. I just started the other day. No, just the first episode.
Gosh.
And I also started Mobland on Paramount, which is, it seems kind of like The Sopranos, but in England.
Okay.
And it has, oh my gosh, who's the guy from Pretty Woman?
Richard Gere.
Is it Richard Gere in that?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, Pierce Brosnan.
Oh, Pierce Brosnan.
That guy.
Okay.
Sorry, I got them mixed up in my head for like 2 seconds.
Two don't even look alike.
No, they don't. I know. But Pierce Brosnan is like the patriarch of the family.
Ah, okay.
And I guess that's who it is. I think it's him. It's interesting because he's like old, older now. I'm used to seeing him, in like 80s, 90s movies. But I think I've seen 2 episodes of that, and it's getting really good. But I like those kind of like mobster kind of shows. Like I like Sons of Anarchy, and I like The Sopranos. So I'm getting really excited about this one. It's a pretty intense show. It's kind of intense like Breaking Bad.
Oh, yeah.
And then I just finished the most recent season of Rings of Power.
Oh, okay.
But that came out in December. So
Mhm.
I started watching it, and then Scott said he hadn't seen it, so I was like, okay, I'll wait. And then so we went and watched that season just so that like literally like all of the episodes took like 2 days. We watched all of them. So, and then of course I am currently still watching General Hospital.
Uh-huh.
I haven't missed an episode in like 2 years.
I swear
So-
y'all mention General Hospital almost every podcast episode.
Oh, really?
I
don't know.
Two
I'm
or 3 episodes ago, y'all were talking
I'm
about
kind of
it.
currently obsessed with it. Yeah, we did. I mean, it's been on for 62 years.
Yeah. It's
62
older than me.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think they're going to be retiring some characters,
Probably.
old characters and old storylines, and so I'm still addicted to that trash TV.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about you guys? I know you just saw a movie.
I just went to see the I just went to see.
It was a little while back, but
Well, just so y'all know, we record this ahead of time. So I just went to see, but it's, a couple of months ago. I went to see the Lilo and Stitch live action, and I loved it. I had not seen the animated, so then I came home and watched the animated version
never
too.
seen the animated?
I had seen parts of it, but I had never watched the whole thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's like Jason's, one of 2
it was-
favorite movies.
I loved it. It was really cute. I'm obsessed with Stitch now. So, yeah, I thought it was really cute. And really I'm obsessed with the plush live action Stitch because he was so soft and cuddly looking even though he had teeth. And I was really disappointed when I went looking to buy a Stitch plushie and they all have his mouth closed, or most of them. And I was like, now wait a minute, because he's characteristically got his
Uh-huh.
mouth open with all of his teeth showing.
yeah, because he
Really?
kind of lets his tongue hang
He
out
lets
like
his
a dog.
tongue hang out like a dog.
Yeah.
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 So I'm like, okay, I don't like him without the teeth, So that was kind of a challenge. I also just watched. I went back and watched streaming a series that was on ABC originally, and it started like in 2018, and it ran 5 seasons, and that was A Million Little Things. And I love like family dramas and stuff like that. And this was a drama done along the lines of This Is Us or something like that. It was really well done.
Yeah, tearjerker.
Very tearjerker. But
Taking that
know,
off the
it's like you
list.
start rooting for the characters, and it's
Uh-huh.
like, and you start hating some of the characters, but it was really, really good. 5 seasons, and I watched all of them. And
She likes the tearjerkers, and we like the bad guys who get away with.
with
Yeah.
bad things, yeah.
I'm like, I stopped watching tearjerkers
Yeah. I
many
don't-
years ago.
I like them because one of the reasons I like them, and I think we've talked about this before too,
Uh-huh.
is that a lot of people watch TV to escape from things, but I also want to be able to relate to it. So when and that I think that's because I have a writer and a healer mindset. I'm always looking inward at my own personal self and trying to understand things. And so when I watch things like that, I see new perspectives of some of the same stories that are in my life. And it kind of helps me heal from those stories. So that's one of the reasons I like watching those. And because I can see the perspective. It's kind of the same story, but not really the same story. So it's not the same as reliving the traumas that I lived, but I can relate to it. So that's kind of what I've been watching. And General Hospital, of course. And I also watch The Masked Singer. So I was in the current season of that, and I'm sure it's over by the time this airs. But so I won't give away anything. But I always enjoy that because I love the costumes and I love the fabulous talent, and I'm always super surprised. As far as listening, I haven't been listening to the radio. Well, I haven't been listening to music in the car for a long time. I've been listening to NPR on the radio. I like getting my news that way because I don't watch television news, and I've always listened to some kind of talk radio or whatever. But I've really grown fond of some of the talk radio shows on NPR during the day when I drive. So, I think, and I'm trying to think of some of the shows. Crap, my brain just went dead. What is the name of that show? Shit. Fresh Air. Think Fresh Air. Freakonomics. I like that show. There's just so many good shows on there. It's really hard to name all of them, but I do like listening to those. And like I said, I haven't really listened to much on the radio. Well, I have been listening to a Spotify playlist for dogs. And it's a classical music for dogs playlist on Spotify. And I've been playing that for my dog Sophie because she gets very anxious during stormy weather and it seems to calm her down. So I'll turn it up just loud enough that she doesn't hear the really distant thunder. She can only hear the really close ones, because they're loud. And she seems to tune out the other sounds. So that's good. As far as reading, I have been reading Robert Louis Stevenson's Master of Ballantrae. It's on one of my must-read lists, so I kind of go back and forth between things I want to read for fun, things I must read, and whatever. So that I'm on that one right now, and I also bought a book about the First Nicene Convention, which is the first convention that Emperor Constantine, I guess, gathered up people, biblical people to decide what they wanted to put in the Bible and what was necessary and stuff. So I'm kind of doing some history of the Bible, not reading the Bible, but history of the Bible. So, and I also read magazines. So, I have a subscription to National Geographic and one to Texas Parks and Wildlife. And then I get a magazine from our gym. And it has a lot of really great, what is it called? It's Lifetime Connection or something like that. Yeah, it's a really, really good magazine because it has it has health and fitness, but it also has like mental health and things like that. And I've had some really good articles in there. So that's kind of it for my reading right now. What about you, Amber?
Oh gosh. So like this year I've had a marathon reading year. Pretty much like I'm set like a hardcore goal that I want to usually it's like 52 books in a year, one a week. Well, I'm trying to double that this year.
Oh, wow.
So I've been like pushing aside watching movies. And, well, I wouldn't say no to TV shows, but like watching movies and doing other stuff in favor of reading. Which, oh my gosh.
That's the stage I'm in right now. I can't do both.
Yeah.
I'm either watching things or I'm reading things.
Yeah.
I just
true.
I can't manage both. Like
No.
I don't have enough
time.
I don't have enough of that ability to control myself to just read a little bit and then watch a little bit.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, you
If
gotta
if I turn
read
the
a
TV
lot
on
or watch a lot.
Yeah, if I turn TV on, it's going to be on until it's time to fall asleep.
Yeah.
And then if I read a book, I'm not going to just read like a chapter and close it.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
have no self-control. That's what it is. Do you remember that word? You can't ever remember. Mine is self-control.
Mine is arrogance, and I remembered it today.
You remembered it now.
Yeah. I don't know. I've
Maybe
got
that's
like,
what we both, I don't know, we have problems with. That's why we can't remember it.
Yeah.
like with reading, I have a lot of like hands in the fire or whatever it's called. Usually,
Irons in the fire.
irons in the
Yes.
fire
Like
because
hands in
I'm
the fire.
usually reading at least 3 books at once.
Uh-huh.
And it's usually I'm listening to an audio book on the way to work. And then I have a physical book or 2. Right now I have 2 on my nightstand that have been opened and I have been read in.
Well, now I will
And
say
then
I
I
have
have
those two, but I
like
don't.
a few on Kindle that I have started as well. I think like what I am currently into right now as far as books wise that I've been flying through this year is a series. Well, it's like 2 series. One's a prequel to it, and then the other one is like the main series, and there's like both together like 11 books so
Oh,
far,
wow.
and I think there's going to be 13. It's called the Blood and Ash series. And so it's a a fantasy series.
Uh-huh.
And I've been blowing through it I started with the prequel, and I'm kind of glad that I did because and I just finished the prequel. Like I finished the last book in the prequel. And I still have like 3 more books in the other series because I've been reading back and forth pretty much between the prequel and then the regular series. And like it's both series are about like these girls that are prophesized to bring in great change to the world. And when I say that this series has everything, and I've been talking about this series to Kristen for like ever. It lit it, and she has the first book. She just needs to crack it open and read it. But it has everything. It has vampires, it has dragons, it has shapeshifters, it has sirens or mermaids or whatever. It has gods and goddesses, omens and prophecies, and fated mates. It has like a little bit of everything. Zombies, things that come back to life, and then like things that don't stay dead. Like it has a little bit of everything. It's been a really wild ride, and that's what. And so I'm like kind of close to finishing that series, but like I have other series that I'm also reading. Like I'm on book 3. I just started it. It's a series by Abigail Owen called the Dominions series. And another fantasy series. So I've got like this one's more. No, it's fantasy also. Like it's more of where like the world is divided into these different dominions, and each one is controlled by a goddess, and so. And like the world kind of matches her temperament, like the area. So there's like one that's like completely like tropical whatever, and it's called Tropica. And then there's one that's completely a desert and everything like that. And so each person in this world is born with an ability, either like a physical ability, like the main character who is one of a twin. She can control sand and manipulate sand, so she can turn things into glass and stuff like that and make portals and stuff. And then like her twin has like a what they call a soul power. She can manipulate people's minds. So each person either has like a power over elements or whatever. Like there's one character that has power over like lightning
Mm-hmm.
and electricity and stuff like that, or they have like some kind of like empath mind power. So
Okay.
I'm reading that series, and I think like my problem right now is that I'm reading too many series.
You think?
Yeah, so and then I've got another series that I'm working on also, and it's like called the Trial of the Sun Queen series, and it's like a Hunger Game, not really Hunger Games. It's like a Bachelor meets Hunger Games,
Okay.
where like to become the Sun Queen, you have to go through all of these like trials and tribulations. So that one's kind of crazy too. Like some of the things that she's had to do during this, like she had to like get on like this suspension bridge, and there's like knives being thrown at her and stuff like that, and it's like a bunch of like weird, interesting like things, and it's kind of like a reality TV show competition
Okay.
to become the queen. So that's all that I'm reading. I'm reading that right now, and then I just finished like literally like last week or so. I just finished the Wheel of Time series.
Oh,
the
you
TV
did
show.
finish it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So my husband and I binge watched all 3 of those seasons like really quickly, and it's such a good show.
Mm-hmm.
Like the books are way better, but it's such a
Yeah.
good show.
Wasn't it beautiful?
It was so beautiful. And I was texting Kristen like the whole time I was watching season 3. I'm like, you gotta watch this. You gotta watch season 3.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk about it. I want you to
wa-
talk about
I
it.
want to read the books, but
I want to
but-
restart it over again.
But I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm dreading starting another series because I just finished the Scythe series,
Uh-huh.
and it was too dang short. I just was like, oh, there needs to be more. But,
Yeah, they could do so much more.
I
like,
know, they
20
could.
years later.
but yeah, I really liked that one, and they were supposed to make it into a movie, but I
Yeah.
haven't seen anything about that yet. But I
Oh
did.
man, that would hit way too close to home.
that would
right
have been
now.
a
I
good TV
know.
show too.
What?
Oh,
A good TV show.
that would
Oh
be
yeah,
a
it
TV
would.
show.
Yeah, it would. I also I read all of the Expanse series. I think I finished that last year,
Mhm.
and I would like to go. I think that may be what I watch next is the Expanse series.
I have seen that show, and it is a really good show.
Yeah, I've
has
heard
some good actors in
mixed.
it.
I've heard that it was pretty good, but it's not as good as the book. And that's always the case because
Of course,
you can't take something that's totally in your imagination like that and then put it to reality without spending a fortune on the budget.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Well, and everybody imagines things differently
Yeah.
too.
well, and they have to change. Like I say, they have to cut a lot of stuff out. Those were 8 or 9. I can't remember how many books there are. Huge books.
Yeah,
they
they're
were
big.
huge
Mhm.
books.
Like
So
big, like Game of Thrones.
yeah. So
I might need to tackle those books
yeah.
after I finish some of these series that.
Yeah, you would like it. I think you would like it because you like sci-fi.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and it's really good sci-fi.
Well, a good sci-fi series that you need to read, and I'm gonna like shove those books at you, is called the Red Rising series. I think
Oh yeah, I think
like
I've heard
that.
of that one.
I
Yeah.
think you would like that so much.
So
But,
okay, I interrupted you though.
Oh,
But
no.
so
and then well, I guess we finished the Wheel of Time, and then so we're like, what's here? Well, my husband and I also, we go back and forth between that, and we're like always watching some kind of cooking show, something Gordon Ramsay related usually. But I finally talked him into watching all the Top Chefs, so
Oh,
we're going
yeah.
through Top Chef, and then like after we finished Wheel of Time, I convinced him, because he'd never seen it, that he needed to watch The Vampire Diaries.
Oh.
So
That's another one I need to watch too.
Where's that
'cause-
at now? Because it used to be on Netflix and then they took it off.
I think we're watching it on. Where are we watching it on? I think we're watching it on Peacock.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I think I'll have to double check on that. But yeah,
Yeah, because you and Raina started watching that, didn't you? Yeah, I
Yeah, we
I
were
would
on
like
season 5, and
Yeah.
then they took it off.
to. Ugh,
Mm-hmm.
that's annoying. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, you need to watch that if you haven't watched that. Like it's so
There's so
funny
many things I
rewatching
wanna
it.
watch.
Of course, I think I've seen like season 1 of The Vampire Diaries at least 5 times. Maybe more, kind of like with you and The Outlander. I've probably seen that because I would start at the beginning every time they'd come
Oh,
And
out
I've
see,
with
I
a
never
season.
do that. I'll just watch the end of the last season.
I've
The
seen
last show.
up to season 5, and I would say I've seen it twice because Raina and I would start watching it, and if she would fall asleep, I'd keep watching.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then restart
and then
it,
watch it
yeah.
again.
And then whenever she would become, I would just remember where she left off,
Mm-hmm.
and then. So I would always be like a little ahead of her, but it was also good because then I got to see what was gonna happen in case
Right.
we needed to fast forward because there were some makeout scenes and stuff.
Oh, yeah,
She was
yeah.
12 when we were watching it.
Oh,
so.
yeah.
It's such
a
a,
little bit
good
different now.
show.
Yeah.
It really is. Like I enjoy that show so much. Team Damon all the way. all the
Me
time.
too. I love
Team
his
Damon.
jokes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's so funny, like now that I'm rewatching it again from like new eyes because Jason's watching it, we can talk about like his character arc and how he started out the show as one thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then like by the end of the first season he had turned his humanity back on and he was a completely like other thing. So
Mm-hmm.
now we just started season 2 on that. As far as like movies, the last movie I saw truly sat down and watched was Thunderbolts, and that came out a
Oh.
few months ago.
You saw that? You saw that? I wanted to watch
Yeah, I
that one.
saw
I have
that.
not seen that
I
one.
thought
I
it
did
was
see
pretty
that
good.
one too.
I
You
thought
did?
it was
I
pretty
went to
good.
go
It got
see it,
good
yeah. Okay.
reviews, but
I was been trying to find somebody to go watch it with me
I'll watch it again honestly because I mean I thought it was
because I don't
pretty
like
good,
to go to the movie by
I kept
myself.
falling asleep.
but
Really?
it had like
Yeah.
bad reviews.
It was all action.
Well, I
not
noticed
to give
that
the
the-
movie away, but
Well, I
Just-
noticed that came out and they said Thunderbolts, but then when I was at the movie theater to see Lilo and Stitch, it said they renamed it the New Avengers, and I'm like, what?
Well, they're trying to like market it as that, but it's
Yeah,
like
but they're
one of the
not.
lowest like
Yeah.
making like MCU movies, which is kind of sad. Which I thought like the concept, I think they could have expanded a little bit more because you were talking about it's mostly action. I thought like the whole like dream concept and stuff like that, or void concept, was like pretty interesting. But
I like those characters. I mean, that's
yeah,
why
see,
I
those
want to
were,
go
like,
see it
all of
because
my
I love
favorite
Yelena.
characters because they were like the bad characters. or
Yeah,
whatever.
but I liked them. They were humorous and they were fun and like I had an emotional attachment to Yelena, and you know because of the being the sister of the Black Widow. You know, she
Uh-huh.
was a Black Widow also, and so yeah, I liked her character. So
I mean, it was pretty funny. Like I enjoyed
Mhm.
it. I mean, it could have been more. It could have been better, and it could have been less actiony and more like emotional. But like, I don't know. I'd watch it again.
yeah,
It's good.
okay.
I do want to see Lilo and Stitch though. Like,
Yeah.
they've got a few movies coming out this year that
oh,
I've been wanting to see.
I just remembered one of the things I've been watching because Mission Impossible
Mm-hmm.
7.
Yeah.
I had never seen any of those movies.
Oh, really?
Really?
Okay.
Yeah. So we had a Mission Impossible marathon and we watched 1 through 6. So
Ah.
now I'm ready to see 7.
Right.
Okay.
You know. So
I've seen the previews. It looks
I
pretty
watched
good.
the original TV show.
yeah, I know. And now I'm
Dun,
like
dun,
kind of like
dun.
maybe I should go back and watch the show because I loved Jack Ryan. I loved I like the 007
Yeah. Yeah.
movies.
Yeah.
I like those kind of movies where there's like I guess what is the one with Matt Damon in it where Born Identity,
Born,
Uh-huh.
those kind of
Yeah.
movies where there's like
A spy. Or,
yeah, I like that kind
The
of stuff.
Prisoner.
Uh-huh.
The Prisoner
Yeah.
series.
Mhm.
That what a fabulous series that
Yeah.
was.
Ugh.
You didn't like it?
No, I was just thinking about like this
I
funny,
wish they would
absurd.
remake that. That would be a
spy
really good
movie.
one to remake.
Mhm. A funny, absurd spy movie.
Oh, I was
Austin
just like
Powers.
sitting
No.
there. Oh, right. Definitely. No, but have you ever seen, and you probably have watched it with me because I remember my mom getting me like a foreign dub of it when we were in college. Have you ever seen the movie? It has Richard Grieco. It's called If Looks Could Kill.
No.
No.
I don't
Okay,
even know who that guy is.
it's you know me. I love the weird, obscure movies.
Yeah.
And it's a movie that came out in the early 90s, and it's kind of like it's not really a spoof, but it kind of is a spoof spy movie with Richard Grieco, and he's like a high school student, and he gets his he goes on a school trip to Europe, and he gets identities mixed up with him and this spy that's in Europe.
Oh.
And yeah, and it's really interesting because they both have the same name. So like the spy was in first class or whatever, and they put him in first class. But they don't know that like the spy got killed before he could even show up to the plane and everything
Oh.
like that. So then he's like shoved into like this spy life while he's
Oh,
in
okay.
Europe. And he's trying to explain that he's not this guy, but nobody will believe him because his spy he's like this spy supposed to be under deep cover under this name. So everybody thinks that
Weird.
he's just undercover and like pretending to be this high school student when reality he's this high school student. And it's a really like absurd kind of movie because his French, because he's on a European tour, it's like with his French class or whatever, and so his French teacher is like freaking out trying to find him, and like she gets pulled into it because they think she's a spy also.
Ah.
Yeah,
okay.
so it's actually a really weirdly funny, obscure
Okay.
movie that I like.
There's as far as spy movies, and this one, it's kind of out there. Well, I say it's out there. Mark was the one who introduced me to it. He saw it first, and then he said, "You have to watch this." The original La Femme Nikita.
Yes.
Not, it's the French version. It's
I haven't
French.
seen that one. I
And
have.
The
yeah,
original one.
The original one, not the American made one. And oh my gosh, that is such a fabulous movie. Yeah. So,
Yeah, that was probably one of the first spy movies that I fell in love with.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
I was
it's really great.
young
Yeah.
when I saw that movie.
Yeah.
The other one that I saw that I hadn't seen any of the movies was John Wick.
Oh yeah, I want to
Mm,
watch
yeah.
those too. I have not seen
That was
those.
really good. It's interesting because like if you just watch story number 1, and I'm sure that a lot of people watched that movie and they were like, it was all fighting. There was no storyline to it because the
Uh-huh.
storyline is kind of minimal. There is a story plot, but
Right.
it's very small. There's not a lot that's revealed as far as the story. Guy, seeking revenge, and there's people trying to get after him, right? And the other movies, it's like this really slow developing plot, but
Well,
each
it's like-
movie,
It's like Kill Bill.
yes,
You have
the
no idea
plot
what is going
it's
on.
completely like getting deeper and deeper and weirder, and you're like,
Yeah.
wow, there's like so much more to this. By the time you get to the 4th movie, you're like, what?
What? Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a really good movie. And it's like, I want to go back and watch them again and do like a body count of how many people get beat up in the movie, because it's just like guns, 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 fight, 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 like
Uh-huh.
24/7, which is really funny because I was saying the Thunderbolts movie, I was having a hard time staying awake because when I'm watching a movie where it's just constantly like
You have
on the screen, I get this weird eye fatigue, and it like I don't know. I get like hypnotized and I fall asleep.
Yeah,
Like I can't
yeah.
stay awake. It's not that I'm tired, but like my eyes just like shut
You can't
down
watch
and
it.
my
Your
brain
eyes
goes
can't
to sleep.
track the
Yeah,
action
it's
that well.
so weird. So I was worried with the Thunderbolts movie, and I did kind of start to doze off a little bit, kind of towards the end, which was what happens every time I watch the Avengers movie. I always doze off in the last 30 minutes, and but I watched the John Wick movies, and I didn't fall asleep during any of them.
Oh,
I
wow.
was really surprised.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. And it's the movies are actually like really beautiful too. Like there's a lot of lighting at play. The way they've set up the scenes. So I feel like it was more the way the directors wanted you to see the scenes. They weren't just like, here, we're going to show you seeing people fighting. It's going to be like, you know, you're going to see these people fighting in this interesting lighting that is easy on the eyes too. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Just the lighting that they use on the sets. That's the only way I can think to describe it. It made it have like this look in all the movies. All the movies were that way. So I thought that was really cool to see that in each movie, kind of carrying that same theme throughout. I kind of want to go back and watch them again. I really enjoyed those. I was afraid when I first started watching it that I wasn't gonna like it, but and the funny thing too about the Mission Impossible movies is the first one was really hokey.
Mm-hmm.
The first movie, and I think the stories and the the espionage and all of that stuff got better each movie. So I'm really looking forward to seeing this new one, especially with what they have done with cinematography and like the technology from then to now.
Like CG stuff. Yeah.
Yes. And then just it's also kind of cool because the very first Mission Impossible movie, Tom Cruise was so young.
Oh yeah.
So you kind of get to see him get a little bit older in each movie, and so now there's this kind of a big gap. The stunts were really good in those Mission Impossible movies. Like the later movies, I did really enjoy those. So that's what I've been doing, watching a lot of action movies. And
you talked about you mentioned things like what are we eating, what are we drinking and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to say I've been obsessed for probably 6 months now with the McAllister's pecan berry salad.
You have been.
I tell you, it's crazy. I love that salad. I think they used to only have it in the summertime, but now they have it all year long, I think. And it is so delicious. I will go there and eat it like 2 or 3 times a week. Seriously, it's so good. I love it. And that's one of my obsessions right now as far as food goes.
Mm-hmm.
And my drinks are always the same. My Sonic Coke Zero with lemon. So, although not so much now, but not so much Sonic, just making them at home now. So
yeah. Well, Amber and I went to Costco a few months ago, and we were looking for some snacks, because I know, like, that's one of the reasons I like Costco is because they have some unique snacks
that reminds
there.
me of a snack, yeah.
And I wanted to get, there's, someone had them at their house, one of your friends, when I went to do, like, Carb Club.
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
They were seaweed, and they had tempura batter on them, like, sprinkled on one side. And she had them, and I ate a couple, because I don't like the seaweed by itself. I'm not a big fan of it. But with the tempura on it, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so good. So then when I went back, they had sriracha flavored. And it actually, to me, it doesn't taste like sriracha. It kind of tastes like barbecue sauce. And I'm addicted to those. And they don't always have them at Costco, but when they do have them, I get them. And she also had these mushrooms. They were like, I don't think they were dehydrated, or maybe they're like baked or something.
Okay.
I don't know, but they're like crunchy.
Oh, okay.
But they're like big, like
Oh, like
and
big button
dense, like
button mushrooms or whatever.
what are those shiitakes?
Oh,
And stuff or
shiitakes,
whatever.
okay.
I don't know. They're thick and like hearty, and they kind of almost have like a Cool Ranch kind of flavor on
Okay.
them, or garlicky butter flavor on the
Uh-huh.
outside, and they're crunchy. So I'm kind of obsessed with those right now. And Amber and I, when we went to Costco, because I was looking for those two snacks, and of course I didn't find them because they didn't have them at the time. And they didn't
frustrating.
have the other two snacks that I liked. So we wandered around and I saw these pizza crisp things that are like Parmesan and mozzarella cheese
Mm-hmm.
and chopped up pieces of pepperoni.
Uh-huh.
And they're like baked and cut into like little triangles, like little pieces
uh-huh.
of pizza. And I'm currently addicted to those because
Okay.
they're, they're
kinda
gluten
keto,
free and they're keto, and they're higher in protein too.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm addicted to those now, and they have trail mix there that I really like. It's just nuts and cranberries,
Oh, uh-huh.
and it has like little yogurt pieces
Uh-huh.
in it, and that's currently one of my go-to snacks.
Uh-huh. When you started talking about snacks, I remembered a snack because back at National Scrapbook Day at the 1st of May, well, actually it was before that, it was in April. I run a scrapbooking event here in the Dallas area that we have, every couple of months. And these girls had brought in some popcorn, and it smelled like being in the movie theater with fresh popcorn popping. It was so good. And I smelled it across the room. So I had to go find out what it was, and they told me what it was and where to find it. And it's Brim's brand at Dollar Tree. And they just had the butter flavored popcorn, and I swear it smells like fresh. I mean, they opened the bag on the other side of the room, and I could smell it all the way across this big room. And so I went and got some of that. And they also have other flavors. They have a white cheddar and a yellow cheddar, or just regular cheddar. And they also have a kettle corn that's really good. And they taste like they're fresh, and they are so good for $1.25. It's like, hey, who can argue with that? So I kind of got obsessed with that because it tastes really, really good. And you can eat a lot of popcorn without many calories. So
I don't really have any snack obsessions right now. I guess
I
it's
just
like
thought of another one.
I guess it's like
I'm a
not
snacker.
that time of the month, because normally like certain times of the month I have these like weird phantom cravings, but I'm not really like I don't really have any drink obsessions going on right now either. I mean, like I always like to get my Dutch Bros, but my Dutch Bros protein latte. But I don't really like, especially since work ended. I'm not really like around like any of those places. I think
Right.
like the last upset thing that I used to obsessively order was these breakfast bean tacos from Salsa de Limon in downtown Dallas, but I haven't done that in a while because I haven't been at work, and probably that was like last April anyway. So I did buy those pizza things like Kristen did, so I do have that. I bought these little at Costco. I bought these little cashew clusters that I like to munch on.
Those are good too.
But other than that, that's like the only snacks that I currently have at my house that I've been munching. Oh, I did. Okay. I did buy this ube snack mix at Costco, and I went through that really quickly.
Oh, is that the one that's in like the canister?
Yeah.
And it's like pub.
Mm-hmm.
of mix or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I did go through that really quickly. And so, like, I've been trying to stay away from Trader Joe's because that's where I get most of my snacks. And I've been trying, like, not to snack when I'm at home, really,
Mm-hmm.
unless it's on just, like, nuts. So, my current snacks that I'm trying to just keep at home are, like, nut mix or cheese sticks.
Okay.
I'm trying to be a little bit more healthy,
Mm-hmm.
conscious about my snacking. But I haven't really had any like food obsessions either where I'm like, oh, I got to eat that, I got to eat that, I got to eat that.
I thought of another one too that I have for my sweet tooth mix. I found these gummy fruits at Walgreens, and they have two different varieties of them, but I think they're the Nice brand, which is their store brand. And there's different flavors. There's like watermelon and peach and sour apple and all these things. And some of them are peelables. So there's like 2 layers of sour tart gummy fruit. And you can, eat one layer and peel it down to another layer on the inside. And then some of them are gushers. So, and you bite into it and there's like a liquid inside of it. And they are so good. But I have to be really careful and like eat one or two a day, not just sit and eat the whole bag. So
Yeah.
they are so good.
Yeah, that's why I'm glad these little Mott's.
Oh yeah, they're not very good. I
They're-
bought those.
Oh, I love these.
Oh, do you do?
I like these and the Black
They're-
Forest ones.
I like the
and
Black Forest because they're
Welch's
chewier.
ones. Yeah.
Yeah, and the Welch's. Those
These are more
Mott's ones,
sticky.
Welch's
they're
are the
harder and
best.
firmer. They're not like
oh, you
jelly.
must have got a bad one because these are soft.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Yeah, because I like those fruity tart
Mhm.
chews. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
In fact, I'm chewing on a high chew right now.
Hmm.
Oh, high
Oh.
chews. Yeah, I do
Those
love
red
those.
candies that you got.
Oh,
Were
those
those
are good.
Tootsie
I got it.
Rolls.
They're made by the Tootsie Roll people, and they make the fruit flavors. So you'll see them a lot of times in the Halloween mix. They'll be like vanilla and lime, and
I love
that.
those too.
but at Valentine's Day, they made a red only mix. So it has strawberries, cherries, and fruit punch,
Those were so good.
and watermelon.
Yes.
And they are so sweet and tart and yummy.
It's like a Starburst, but not
as hard.
overly tart and hard. Yeah.
Mhm.
See, I can't snack like that. I can't buy that stuff and keep it at my house because I have no self control.
I
Mm.
still
And
have
see,
some of them
look,
from
see,
Valentine's Day.
There's 3 bags over there, and I
Yeah.
haven't even opened them yet. And I ordered those months ago.
Like, I make Jason hide his candy because not that I'm really into the candy that he likes to eat at all. Like, he likes the hot stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that's like a buzzkill anyway. So, but I
Hot? Oh, you're gonna have to explain this.
well, like the hot tamales and stuff
oh,
like that. Yeah.
like cinnamony stuff.
Mm-hmm. And so, like, he likes hot stuff. Like, he puts hot sauce on everything. He's gonna have problems later in life. But I just can't like buy stuff like that because like if I have 5 pieces, I'm gonna eat 5 pieces. I'm not gonna eat one out of those 5 pieces. So it's just better, like in my mind, just not to have
See,
it.
I see it as a desensitization strategy. If I have it there all the time, I might eat a lot of it at first, but
Then you get tired of
I
it.
mean,
You-
yeah, I guess that's true. Like,
I'm
after
desensitized
Valentine's
to it.
Day, I bought a bunch of Reese's
Mhm.
because Jason loves Reese's and I love Reese's, and I had them in like our candy jars,
Mhm.
and then they stayed there for months because at the beginning, yeah, I ate a lot of them because they were there, and then they slowly dwindled down because Jason was eating them, but I like burnt myself out on it.
Yeah, see, my husband couldn't walk past. I have a candy bowl at the front door, and Mark could not walk. If it had chocolate in it, he could not walk past it without eating a piece of candy. But I won't even touch it for days at a time because, yeah, I don't know.
I haven't eaten candy out of that bowl in years.
Me neither. Like, I don't ever touch it unless there's Reese's.
Yeah, well, the only thing that's in it right now is
Dum
Dum Dum
Dums.
Suckers. So
Yeah.
because I have
And y'all
an
have had so
overabundance
many
of-
Dum Dums, and I'm like, "Meh."
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
and
not
I
a
used
fan
to
of
be
Dum
obsessed
Dums.
with
So
those.
See, like, I'm not really, a fan of, like, suckers, I guess, or
Mhm.
just something like that. Like, if I'm going to eat something, I want to chew it.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really enjoyed a sucker. Well, only
I just-
occasionally.
I don't really care for hard candies. So
Yeah.
And see, that's funny. I like the hard candies, and I like the gummies. Like,
I like gummies
I don't
and
like
I
the
like
chocolates all that much. I could care less.
Oh
about the
yeah, I
chocolates.
mean I like gummies, and I only like certain kinds of chocolate. Like
Mhm.
I was telling Kristen earlier because we were talking about like cake and stuff like that. I'm just like, if I'm gonna eat a piece of cake, it's gonna be the best cake I've ever had in the world from my favorite place. I'm not just gonna go to Walmart and
buy a cake. Yeah,
buy like a cake. So it's that's the same way I feel about chocolate. Like if I'm gonna eat chocolate,
uh-huh.
it's gonna be my favorite chocolate.
Yeah. I'm
which
kind
is
of that way too.
Reese's.
I'm not a huge fan of Hershey's. I do like the Hershey Special Dark. I will say I do like the Special Dark, and it will help. I can use that in a pinch, but I like Linder chocolates. I like Godiva chocolates. I like
Yeah, I'll eat
C's
those, yeah.
chocolates.
Ooh, C's.
Yeah, I love C's. But
I have
but
to stay away from C's. I
Russell
will-
Stover's gags me. They're just even thinking about it. I don't.
Yeah, no.
I'm not a fan of Hershey's Kisses. No, I like really
Oh,
rich
I like
chocolate.
Hershey's Kisses.
Like
I like
I like
rich
them
chocolate.
if they're in something. You know, like
Yeah.
the
Like a
kiss
cookie?
cookies. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
cookie.
like them if they're
peanut
in
butter
something,
cookie.
like
Yeah.
something to break up the just plain chocolate.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. I
Well,
like to
and
just
it's
stick 'em in
milk
my mouth
chocolate
and
too.
suck
So
on 'em.
milk chocolate is not my favorite.
even
I
chew
like
'em.
I like dark chocolate.
Mhm.
So
I
Yeah.
do like to get like a handful of almonds, and I think Kristen kind of turned me on this like years ago, like the mix, the nut mix, and then putting like the little chocolate pieces inside.
Oh,
the
yeah.
nut mix and having your own
Yes.
trail mix.
Semi-sweet
Oh, yeah.
chocolate.
yeah, I've done that
yes.
before. Yeah.
I
Ghirardelli.
do like that.
The
Yeah.
Ghirardelli ones. They
Those are the
get-
ones that Christina likes to eat. Yeah.
Yes, you just mix those with some nuts, and it's like, just and you get like more nuts than chocolate. You
Yeah.
know?
Have you ever had Lily's? It's the sugar-free, the low sugar ones.
No.
They're really good with nuts. Like I'll make my own trail mix at home, and I'll have I'll put that in there. Usually I'll buy the ones when they're on sale out at Sprouts for like $1.
Uh-huh.
So they're always off season. Like I have like a ton of pumpkin spice in my fridge, but that's usually what I'll mix in with my nuts, the sugar-free
okay.
chocolate pieces.
I like to do chocolate covered pepitas. So it's like dark chocolate but on a nut. So you're same thing. And I will mix those in with my nut mix, and I can buy those bulk, I'll just get a little scoop of them at HEB or
Yeah.
or Winco or Sprouts or something like that. And
Yeah,
and
that's
those are
where I
great.
like to
I've
go.
never had
Winco is
those.
get like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and make my own.
Make
trail
your own
mix
little
out
trail
of that.
mix,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I like that a lot. Anything anybody else is obsessed with, currently
Current
doing
obsession.
crafting?
I mean, I was obsessed with that, with making that book, but now that I'm done with that book,
Did you finish?
I did. I finished.
Amber
Oh,
finished
yay.
a scrapbook, y'all.
I finished a scrapbook.
I've been working. I'm not obsessed with, but working on trying to catch up my project life for this year.
I
And,
obsessively did that book.
And I've been doing a lot. I was working in a junk journal, and just I spent one whole day just we were doing our little one of our little Zoom craft days, and I was supposed to be doing other things, and I thought, I just feel crafty today. And so we got on Zoom, and I just sat with my junk journal and just started gluing stuff in. I glued in so much stuff, it was crazy. And I had
See,
so
I
much
want to
fun
do
with
that. I want to start a junk journal.
That's fun. That's a lot of fun.
You'll have to show me your junk journal so
I
I can get
will.
some ideas.
I will.
And I want to make a burn book.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was. We need to talk. We need to talk about the burn. Did we really even talk about our burn book experience at all?
Mm-mm.
I don't think we did. We should do that on a podcast sometime.
We should.
Yeah. Okay. There is another burn book coming up in the fall, and she's opening it up to people who might want to facilitate burn book events to come help.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
link me on that,
Yeah.
and we'll do a podcast over it.
Yeah. All right.
Well, thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to coming back next week. What are we talking about next week?
Next week we are talking about dream road trips.
Oh, dream road trips.
Yay.
All right.
We've talked about travel a lot, but we haven't really talked about specifically
One of our obsessions,
which is road
travel,
trips.
is
And
like
we're supposed to be traveling this year and we haven't really done anything yet. So we need to do
Yeah.
something really quick
we
before
need
the
to-
summer is over. So, yeah. Just saying. Even if it's a short trip to
like a weekend or a
Yeah.
a day or
Yep.
something. Yeah.
Yep. So, okay. That's what we're talking about next week.
All right,
Dream road
looking
trips.
forward to it. I'll catch you guys in my dreams then.
See what you did there?
Bye.
Bye.